Hey, Jay Carper from American Torah here. You know, when we're children, we're taught religion by our parents. We're taught, you know, civic duty and history by our teachers, perhaps. We're taught theology by our Sunday school teachers, by our pastors. Um, and we generally accept what we're told. And it's only much later in life that we begin to question those things and really begin to form our own opinions about these important kind of issues. The same pattern carries out through pretty much every area of life. The first thing that you hear, the first thing that you're taught about any particular subject is the thing you tend to believe, at least until you've given it some thought. Proverbs 18:17 says, "The first one to plead his cause seems right until his neighbor comes and examines him." We tend to accept the word of people in authority, whether they are parents, pastors, professors, credible news sources, politicians, whoever they are, doctors. We tend to accept what they say uncritically, and that's rarely a good thing. Um, we need to question the things that we're taught and find out if they're actually true. We need to weigh them against real life experience, against scripture, against common sense. Smart, thoughtful people wait until they hear the other side of the story before they believe everything they hear uncritically. Um, you know, the craziest things come across our feeds on social media, and far too many people just accept it because they want to believe it, because it fits with whatever worldview that they have been indoctrinated with, or that they've adopted for good reasons even. Uh, the things that we hear that fit with the way that we believe the world works, we tend to just believe them. Um, and even those things that don't fit, if we never hear the other side of the story, eventually we tend to accept those too. And malicious people have always understood this. Propagandists, um, politicians, lawyers, uh, debaters, they all know that the first thing that you hear is the thing you're likely to believe. And if you never hear another opinion, if you're never allowed to get both sides of a story, how will you ever know that there is another story? So the people, the gatekeepers of public information, the people who control access to the news, who control what you're allowed to see and hear, they can control what you think. So don't allow them to do that. Find out the other side of the story. Never settle for the first thing you hear. Always weigh everything against scripture, against common sense, against other opposing news sources. Don't believe the people that you already agree with. Don't just accept everything they say, even if they've got pictures, because you can't believe everything you see on the internet. Almost anything, even video, can be faked these days. So always have multiple witnesses to everything important. Get multiple sources. And if anyone, whether it's a friend, a spouse, a pastor, a social media platform, tries to keep you from finding and evaluating alternative sources of information, be suspicious. Don't accept that. Learn who you can trust and who you can't. Sometimes those people, your pastor or your parents, sometimes these people are only trying to protect you and they're not doing anything harmful. Some of them aren't. Some of them are really just trying to control you. They're trying to make sure that you never question the narrative that they've put in front of you. So never just accept the first thing you hear uncritically. Think it through, see if there are alternative sources, if there's another side to the story, because there always is. This is Jay Carper from American Torah. Be blessed.